kidding? You guys, I don't know if you saw that document, but I was like scrolling. Holy crap, who has like 900 plus points? Holly Hillyer, top 10 coach times, this will be number 3, right? With this year. So as of right now, last time I saw you were 7. Is that still the case? Yep. So number 7 in the business right now. She just had a baby a few months ago. Like, she's just a freak of nature in the best possible way. I was telling my husband earlier, I'm like, Holly is my people. Like, I want to be Lindsay Matway 2014 again because of Holly. Like, I want to have that inner beast out because she just is like crushing it like none other. And it reminds me so much of my hustle days that it makes me want to go back and like I want to be the lock arms with Holly Hillyer and go after, big goals and dreams, because she's just one of those people that she takes it to a whole nother level and she is doing the damn thing. There's no excuses. She doesn't care. Like, she, of course, still going to honor her family and the season that she's at. But throughout, the girl, like, in this whole period of time, she's moved 4 times. She went all the way and lived in France for a while, came all the way back, had all this chaos with a toddler and now a newborn, and is just owning it. And so I had to have her on this mastermind ASAP. Oh, and Ashley that's one of her PS coaches. So she's just killing it. I want her to be able to share what she's doing. She does very well, which is recruiting business building coaches. So she's going to be talking about that today. I'm sure it's of no interest to any of you guys. So pull out a pen and paper, and Holly, take it away, my friend.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, I'm sure Lindsay's like everyone's idol on here. We all want to be like Lindsay when we grow up. So, thank you. And I will just start by saying, I love recruiting coaches because I love this business and I love what it can do for us. And so I just want to start this by saying, do a quick gut check. Do you 5,000% in the depths of your soul believe that this business can work for you, that this business can work for everyone? Because if you don't believe that right now, that's the first problem with your recruiting. That's the first reason people are not coming to you. When I started this and I knew I wanted to build a big business, and I watched Lindsay, I watched Brittany, I watched just the soul of my first year. I'll never forget. I mean, like Lindsay mentioned, I was moving cross country, sitting on our hotel room bed, and I remember her team call and the fire that she had, and she was just new coach skyrocketed. And I was like, if she can do this, I can do this too. And when I truly started believing that, I started seeing small shifts in my business. And I use these small shifts to talk about the business more with confidence and then slowly start recruiting people. So I want to give some examples of that, because again, when I started, I was following the Melanie Mitro marketing plan, which I still think is amazing. And it was free group, and then a challenge group, and then a sneak peek 1 week. So I had my weeks laid out. I had my marketing plan laid out. Where I ran into issues was I was only focusing on recruiting that last week of the month, because that was my sneak peek week, right? So that week before, that's when I would do recruiting. That's when I would talk about coaching. Then I realized, okay, that means I don't want to flood my feed with too many coaching posts. There were no stories at this time. So I was maybe talking about coaching twice a month, because I talked about it 2 times that week before. And I was like, that's crazy. And so my success partner, which, as Lindsay said, this is a game changer if you can find that success partner that wants to run with you, is Ashley Laughlin. And we both decided that we wanted to be top coaches. We're like, we want to be top 10 coaches. We want to be top coaches. And that sounds great. We had no idea, like, what does that mean? You know, like, how do you get there? And so we knew we needed to recruit more coaches, right? If you want to get to elite, you need to recruit more coaches. If you want to get to top 10, you need to recruit more coaches. So the only things we knew to do were the exact same actions we were taking, but more of them. And so the first thing we did was we started running 2 sneak peeks a month, because we're like, if we're recruiting X amount from one sneak peak, and we both love Grant Cardone and like the be obsessed or be average or 10X rule, we're like, okay, well, let's just 10X our actions. So if we're doing, you know, everyone on this call, diamond or above, you have a business, you know what you're doing. So we're like, let's just take those actions and 10X them. And so we transferred that to sneak peeks. So we're like, if we have to fill 2 sneak peeks, and we were running ours on Facebook at this time. So we're like, well, we need to fill a group. Be really embarrassing only to have 2 people in there. So we forced ourselves to then invite more to that sneak peek. And so that's how and this was, you know, a couple of years ago. And that was kind of the first steps that we started taking. Now, today, I will say it looks different, but it has to be 10X actions. So how am I recruiting coaches today? First off, I believe in the business opportunity 1,000%. I know it can work for everyone. I know this business does not discriminate, because I have watched people, you know, I am not in my like warm market. We're all from the same little town or whatever. I am, as Lindsay mentioned, I lived in freaking France. I'm not like, you know, recruiting locally. Recruiting people from all over, all walks of life. And I've watched different coaches from different backgrounds all see success. So with that belief, I talk about coaching every single day. What you talk about is what you're going to attract. When we all started our business, it's really easy to talk about a challenge group, right? Okay, I'll do a workout. I'll drink my shake. I'll share my meal plans. That's really easy. You guys, talking about coaching is literally the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. You have a health and fitness journey and you have a coaching journey. Why are we afraid to share our coaching journey? So because coach is like, well, I don't know how to share about it. I'm not making $1 million. I'm not a top 10 coach, da, 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 da. Okay. And I've mentioned this on a couple other calls. So if you've heard this, bear with me, but 3 categories. And I am like a big list person. I think if you can visually have things in front of you, so that in those moments when you're like, I'm so tired, like I have no brain power left, but I know I need to talk about coaching somewhere today, you can look at that list and be like, yes. So I talk about coaching in 3 different ways: past, present, and future. Past. Why did you start coaching? Why did you start? This is scary. It is a leap of faith for anyone to start this business. You could be Lindsay Matway's best friend in the world and have seen all her success. It's still scary for you to start your own business, right? So why did you start? Write down all those reasons why you started. Where were you mentally, physically, emotionally? Where were you and why did you start? Present. What are you doing? We literally, again, just like you would share your workout that you do every single day, you show up to your job every single day. Share what you're doing. You're going to give people a sneak peek into this life. And I'm going to go back to this because I think there's a really important part too when you want to talk about like how you recruit those rock star coaches. And then future is, where do you want to go, right? And I know Emily Favre did this last year, 2 years ago, where she said, my goal is to buy my husband a Tesla. She wasn't a 15-star diamond coach. She wasn't a top 10 coach. That was just her goal, right? And she took people on the journey to that goal with her. My goal when I started was to leave my corporate job. I took people with me. My goal then was to retire my husband. It took me another 2.5 years to retire my husband. But it didn't matter. It's not about the time it takes. It's about the journey to get there. So every small milestone people celebrated with me, right? And then I retired him. And then the next goal was, okay, you know, where are we going to move? And guys, these goals also, they don't have to be like buying big financial goals, you know, they don't need to be. For us, it was. But I will also add, if you have big financial goals, you need to attach emotion to them. There are too many multi-level marketing companies out there, people blasting, join this and you can earn millions, blah, blah. People are like, okay, whatever, great, congrats on your success, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to retire from my corporate job to come home to my babies. So it was never just, I want to make X amount of money to like make money. I want to retire from my corporate job to be home with my babies. And then I want to retire my husband because in the last 10 years, we've moved 10 times. And that goes back to my childhood story too. I moved every 2 years growing up. And that story I told on social media as well. So I became, I mean, it all connects. I became an engineer because I wanted financial freedom, so I didn't have to move. And then I ended up marrying someone and we moved a bunch. And so I wanted to get out of this cycle. I wanted to regain control. So retiring my husband also wasn't really about a financial goal. It was about that control that I felt I didn't have since being a child. And so I connected that. And then when it was about buying our home, it was about having a home, not a house, not out to buy some big mansion somewhere. I'm here to buy a home for my family. I'm here to buy a forever home because I never had that. So when you're talking about your future, make sure to bring people into that full story, connect with them on an emotional level, even when it is about income. And again, a lot of times it doesn't need to be about income. And when it is, it needs to have emotion attached. So past, present, future, I have my list. I have my different stories, things that I can talk about. And when I'm like, oh, I don't know what to talk about. I mean, even this, I mean, especially this, right? Why are you at 8:30 at night on a call, a work call? Why would you be on this? Is it for the community? Is it for the opportunity to brainstorm with other top coaches? You know, why? Let people into this world and let them into the amazing resources you have too. So I would say learn how to, and this comes down to having confidence in yourself, in this business, and in what you have to offer. So when I'm sharing about this opportunity, one of the things I'm also talking about is the resources I have. You may be a brand new diamond coach. You are on the top, like we are all part of the Bombshell Dynasty. Every single person here has resources that no one else has access to. Talk about those. You have resources that people, you know, when they start this business, what are their concerns? So that's another list I have. Again, big list maker. So I like to talk about objections publicly. So that's another thing that you can do. Past, present, future. I like to combat objections publicly all the time. So, you know, when people say, gosh, I don't know if I could do this, like, am I going to have trainings? And trainings you could break that down into a million objections. You could break it down into social media training. You could break it down into, you know, financial trainings on how to build teams and how to do recruiting. So there's all different ways to break it down, but I take those objections and combat them publicly. So yeah, you get to join literally like the top team in the company with the top trainings. When you sign up with me as a coach, I'm going to send you an email and you get access to, you know, XYZ. For my team, it's a 14-day self-paced training. You know, you could say you get access to the Facebook group, right? The Bombshell Dynasty Facebook group, and call it whatever you want, but with the top earning coach in the entire company who's built, you know, this huge, huge team. Now you're going to get access to that, and I can help teach you and lead you. So that's another way that I like to talk about stories, just really naturally in coaching, and believe that you have the resources to make them successful. Now, along with present, when I go back to present and talking about trainings and talking about all of the resources I have for them, I 5,000% believe in showing people the work. And I believe that this is why I have just some rock star business building coaches who legit know I'm going to come in and I'm going to work my butt off. And I'm going to do it for this reason. But like, I'm going to work. So, I love that this can be this incredible part-time opportunity. For me, that's not what I was here for. I wasn't here for a part-time opportunity. I was here to replace a six-figure income. And so I knew I had to put my head down and I had to work. And when I talk to people, that's what I tell them. Listen, this opportunity can be whatever you want. You've got to be willing to work. So every day, this morning, 4:55 a.m., I have my energize, I have my affirmations, my personal development, and I'm showing people that I am working in the morning before my kids get up. Every day at nap time, here's my nap time hustle, here's what I'm doing. And then every night after bed, here's what I'm doing at night. So people know I am putting in the work, I'm putting in the hours. I am not saying, gosh, like I'm a top coach and I did it in an hour a day. That is freaking BS. And if you tell people that, they're going to come and they're going to work an hour a day for you and they're never going to get anywhere. And I don't want coaches coming back to me and then saying, well, you told me, I can work an hour a day and make six figures like you do. No, what I'm going to tell you is you're going to work your butt off and we're going to get you there. I'm going to tell you I have every resource that you could ever need to build a top business. But it's up to you to go through the trainings, to implement them, and to show up every single day. Your success is based on the work you put in. I have all the tools you need, but you've got to work for it. And the expectations are set. And I'll tell you guys, when I have coaches cancel, I literally send them an email. And I say, was there something missing? How could I have supported you better? I have not once had a coach say that it was something I did. They always took responsibility for it, whether it be not having time, my heart wasn't in it, whatever. But it has never been on me. And I believe that is from setting expectations publicly every single day. So every day talking about coaching, every day setting the expectations of who you want and not being afraid to ask for who you want. I ask for them, I'm looking for women who are ready to build six-figure businesses, who are ready to build businesses that are going to change their family's entire financial future. So you don't have to say six figures, whatever, but because changing someone's financial future can look different for everyone, right? But I'm looking for women who want to change their financial future. And I have a lot of healthcare professionals on my team. They're not looking to leave full-time jobs, but they are looking to pay off student debt. And that would change their financial future. So let them define that for you. So, truthfully, talking about coaching every day, knowing who you're looking for, having the belief behind it. If you need to drink some Energize before you get on there and talk about coaching, drink some Energize before you talk about coaching, but have that confidence. And then as we push for elite, to get those elite points, we need our coaches hitting success, at least getting 1 point on the board that first month, and then hitting Success Club. And we need our success starters, right? So again, setting the expectations up front. This is a job. This is what you are, you're coming into this saying you want to build a business. Let's build a business. So when I have coaches say they want to join, I have them complete like a little application. It's just a Google form. It's literally like their name, their goals. Like I want to earn X, Y, Z. Like it's like, I want to earn a part-time income. I want to earn 50,000. I want to earn over six figures and be a top 10 coach beside you. And I will say it's probably over 85% of the coaches that fill that out say, I want to be a top 10 like coach beside you. So I'm having people coming in saying, I want to work. I want to do this. And then when they sign up, I can, when I send them their welcome email, it's awesome. I cannot wait for you to join. Here's our welcome email. And I have a little video in there. And in that video, I welcome them and I ask them their goals. But when I ask them their goals, I also tell them their goals. So I say, if you signed up with this team to be a business builder, here is the path our coaches follow. Month 1, we're hitting Success Club and we're hitting Emerald. Month 2, continuing Success Club. Month 3, becoming Success Starters and hitting Diamond. So Emerald in 30 days, Diamond in 90 days. And of course, Success Club is just something you're going to do every single month for the basis of your business. And then I say, so what are your goals? Email them back to me. Our coaches don't know what they don't know. So if our coaches don't know that Diamond, like if we're not telling them Diamond's hard, like Diamond takes 6 months or blah, 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 like that's their expectation. I want to be a top 10 coach beside you. Awesome. Here's what we need to do. We need to get you to Emerald. We need to get you to Diamond. We need to get you hitting Success Club. Okay, great. Let's do it. So from the start, their goals are Success Club and Emerald in month 1. And I do coach my coaches to sign up discount coaches. So if they hit Success Club, they hit Emerald, right? And these are just super small wins. Like that first month, I'm also telling my coaches in the new coach training that they need to create their list of 100 warm market people. So the majority of my coaches can find 3 people. And truthfully, I'm also encouraging them to sign a spouse. So get a spouse at the top of your downline. Policy and procedure and compliance, your spouse needs to know about it. Da, 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 da. They need to be all of that, right? So, but get your spouse up there. So that's one person. Also, that's 2 Success Club points because we're signing a spouse up with a challenge pack. Now, your coaches, that first month, even if they don't have Success Club, they put a point on the board and you're getting an elite point for that. So if a new coach comes on, they want to build a business with me, we're signing your spouse. And then, I mean, once they sign their spouse, then it's just finding 2 more people in that first month to join them. And then they're Emerald. So I don't make it difficult. And I also make it their decision, right? But when your coaches sign up with you, they're asking for guidance. They want to know how to be successful. And one of the most important ways to be successful is to quickly build momentum in your business. So we talk about that as well. I make sure that my coaches, because we talk about income a lot, that the expectation is not, I hit Emerald, I'm making a ton of money. No. Emerald's that first milestone. Emerald is saying, did your coming out post, you're a coach? Man, look at that. Now she's already building a team. That's amazing. I want to join her. And then after that, Diamond, same thing. I'm not telling my coaches, okay, you hit Diamond in 90 days, like you're making $1,000 a week. No, you hit Diamond in 90 days. You have a bunch of discount coaches, right? So it's not about money. It's about momentum, and it's about putting those things in place to build your business. So those are, I mean, in terms of just getting my coaches to Success Club, it's like, you sign up with me as a business builder. Here's what we do. And I just tell them, and we just move forward. And truthfully, it is the spouse is going to be super helpful in getting your coaches to get at least 1 point on the board. When they sign a spouse too, tell them, listen, you need to find 1 more person because you need to get to Emerald. So you team cycle bonus. So it actually makes sense to have your husband signed up. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, that makes sense. I wouldn't sign up my husband and just leave him sitting there. So I really, and again, this is part of why it goes back to my why I joined. I joined for the financial opportunity. I, believe in the financial opportunity. I talk about the financial opportunity, and my coaches want the financial opportunity. And so when they join, it is my job to tell them how to start building and building quickly so that financially we can get them there the fastest. And then that all just goes, elite just comes with it. Just helping our coaches see that fast success. And we all know that if our coaches are not hitting Success Club like those first couple months, that first month or, second month, they feel like it's really hard. It becomes hard. And so don't let them get stuck in that mind game. It's the same thing with Emerald in 30 days, Diamond in 90 days. This isn't hard. We're not going to make it hard. We're just going to do it. And we're just going to take action. Sorry, Cassie, what about strategizing and placing on your spouse's account? I just transferred a new coach to my husband's account. So yeah, I mean, I would say, yeah, talk to your upline about strategizing and placing on spouse's account, because it really depends. It depends. Like, are you building a spouse account for income? Are you building a spouse account to get them to 1 star, to get 25 leadership development points? Is your spouse, does he count for your elite points if he hits Success Club, right? So there's like all different questions that can kind of go into building that spouse account. For me, with building my spouse account, I do not put business builders under my spouse really kind of at all. So yeah, Brandon, building my spouse for income and to help me get to 1 star. Yeah, I mean, so again, spouse and strategy is super kind of specific to your business. For me, I built my spouse our first year going to elite. And this, I'll tell you, this is funny because this is when I think really proved to myself that this business is just about taking massive action. I didn't think my team was going to hit elite. And it was 10 days before Thanksgiving, which is always like the cutoff to start that 5-star qual. And one of my coaches who had like dropped diamond, wasn't really working the business, said, listen, if you need me to come back, I'll get my diamond back for you. And I was like, well, crap, I'm still missing a diamond, but I had to build my husband a diamond. And so I had 10 days to build him a diamond. And he was like literally just an emerald. And I've been coaching about a year and a half, 2 years. And I did over 1,000 follow-ups within like 6 days. And I built him to diamond. I had 10 days of diamond. So I put my mom on one leg and my sister on one leg and just built with all discount coaches beneath him, because I needed, my team had just rallied and said, listen, we're going to hit elite. What was I going to do? Say, oh no, we're not, because I can't build my spouse to diamond. Like, no, I had to get it together. I knew, I couldn't, I was like, this is out of my control. But it's when I proved to myself, wow, well, I really could go follow up with 1,000 people in 6 days if I wanted to. I will also add, I was living in California by myself. My husband was in France, and I had a July, August, September, October, November. I had a 4-month-old who didn't sleep. So it's not like I was just like hanging out and had all this time to send messages. I was like single momming it, but it didn't matter. So that's when I really proved to myself I could do it. So again, I think with spouses, you definitely want to, get your spouse to diamond, and there's some strategy in that as well. But I think it's specific. You kind of got to look at that. Can you talk about how to go about discussing income when you aren't making a big income in the beginning? So for me, I mean, literally tonight, my income post that I just did, I posted in my team page, and you could do this like in the Momshell page. And I said, it's Thursday, it's payday. Tell me what your paycheck paid for. And it's not about my income. And so one of the posts was one of my coaches saying I've paid off X amount of student loan debt. One of them was I just bought new tires for my car. I just bought an Upper Baby Vista stroller for my new baby, which I never could have done before. And I bought my wedding dress. These are not $1 million earning things, right? They are smaller. And there are other ones that I didn't even post. I might save for next week. But some of them were like, I paid my utility bill. I paid all my bills except my mortgage. Like, I think we get too much in our head about what we need to talk about when it's actually those smaller wins. At this point, my income is not relatable, right? Like when you, like Lindsay's income, people are like, that's mind blowing and amazing. That could never be me. But if you say, gosh, I started this business and I just saved enough to, one of my other coaches was she bought like this special like Disney Halloween ticket thing. I don't know. But she was like that kind of stuff's relatable when people are like, oh, like, yeah, that would be amazing to be able to like buy the extra ticket and take my family, or buy the stroller that I want to buy. So don't discount where you are in your journey, and also know it doesn't have to be you. So again, the Bombshell Dynasty is an incredible resource. Incredible. The Bombshell Dynasty, Lindsay Matway's Monday night calls are how I built this business. She had no idea who I was, like down in her downline, but every night I tuned in. And on that team page, I would pull resources. And so if you do, hey, give me examples of what you paid off this week, or how you used your Beachbody income, you can then say, my team, look at what my team was able to do. We are a team. So don't feel like, well, I don't have any coaches building a business underneath me, I can't post that. We are a team. And that is powerful. It's just like using before and afters that like aren't on your team. We all do that. We all use test group people. What is the difference? There's no difference. So I think we just all kind of get caught up on that income piece. Oh my gosh, yeah, solo parenting and pregnant. I feel you on that one. When you talk to people about coaching, are you getting on the phone, sending them to a website to streamline and keep it simple? Yeah, so for me, I used to do the sneak peeks in Facebook when Facebook was like alerting everyone every time you went live. So it was great because I had all these people on this page and it would alert and people would jump on. And then all of a sudden, like, Facebook stopped sending that every time you went live. So it didn't make any sense anymore for me to be going live. It was just a waste of my time. So what I do now is I have my sneak peek. It's the same videos. So I did a training video on the Beachbody Champions page. Like a year ago, a little over a year ago. But I just laid out the videos that I do, and literally I just recorded those and I just have those on a website now. So it's the exact same sneak peek that I was doing before. I like give an introduction about myself. I talk about the income, worries, fears, misconceptions, and then like our community and trainings. And I put it on a website, but again, this could just be in a Facebook page. It doesn't matter. You can just have the videos recorded in a Facebook page. It's just somewhere to send people. So yeah, so when I tell them, hey, want to join my sneak peek or want to watch my videos, I send them there. But it could be anything. A lot of my coaches have also done it on Thinkific, Thinkific, thinkific.com. So Thinkific, a lot of coaches use actually for training because it's like a training platform, like curriculum, but they split their videos. So video 1 is like lesson 1, video 2, video 3, video 4. It's completely free. So you could also set them up in Thinkific. But I also would just say, like, if you are a newer diamond, don't recreate the wheel, right? If Lindsay's running this incredible sneak peek, join that sneak peek. If your upline has these videos, send people there. And I know we get in our head because I get it. Like, I want to be the leader, da-da-da. But what I will say is you can flip that script from, gosh, but if I send them to Lindsay's sneak peek, then they just see Lindsay talking, or they just see these other coaches talking. Why would they want to join me? You can tell them, hey, I'm going to send you these videos. This is my upline. The incredible thing about joining this team is I don't have to recreate any of this. My few hours a day that I have to work the business are all focused on income building activities. And when you join this team, you get these resources too. So check out her videos, come back to me, let me know what questions you have, and sell it, guys. Sell it. We have resources. Don't recreate them, right? And tell people they're going to get access and make them realize they don't have to do all that work either. Sometimes it's intimidating when they go to this like website and it's like, all you, and it's amazing. They're like, I have no idea how I would do that. Tell them they don't have to, right? So also don't recreate the wheel if you don't have to, if you're not at that point in your business yet. So again, I know we're all different kind of levels on here. But yeah, I send them to a website. At the end of the website, there's the form they can fill out if they want to coach. And then of course I have a system where I follow 3 days later, I follow up with them. So I have like all my follow-up steps, because follow-up is the key. Yeah, $50 makes a huge difference. It's so true. Yeah, those Monday night calls were everything. I agree, Lori. Yeah, Instagram, exactly. Sneak peeks on Instagram are amazing right now. IGTV videos, there's so many different ways you can get people the information, for sure. Yep, I agree. If you're doing your business on Instagram, keep them on Instagram. I know this is limiting belief, but I'm having trouble sharing the income now because I feel like I should be further along. Talking about extra income for target seems not as good if I'm almost 2 years in. Here, the people will be like, you still aren't making much. So yeah, yeah, you're right. It is a limiting belief. I think at that point, because I think the problem is too, once you're in your head there, and again, it comes down to the confidence. And so if you're like, oh, I feel like such a fraud or whatever, talk about where you're going. Where are you going as you build this business, right? So I do not talk about my income a lot. I mean, people know that I left my job and they see, my husband home, but like new followers, like I maybe should talk about it more. But I think it's about where you're going or why you're doing this to begin with, right? And I have a lot of coaches, a small amount of income allowed them to come home because they were paying a lot for childcare. And, so that was big. Or they're working to come home and they may be doing this business for 2 years, but that's still relatable to a lot of people, because the thing is, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. And you can talk about that too, because I think that's super important. That's I talk about that a lot when I talk about the hard work piece. Like, this is not get rich quick. You are not going to leave a 6-figure earning job like in your first year. You're going to work. And if anyone tells you that you can build a business, like, which you're doing, you are starting a new business and that you're going to be making like millions, like, you should probably run the other way, because those are scams. And so use that to your advantage, right? Like, this is not a get rich quick scheme. And I have been building this business, and here are the building blocks that I've put in place year after year. And here's where we're going. And here's how I can see that projection from what I've done. So there's just so many different ways. You can go back to what you built. You can go forward. You don't have to talk about the right now in terms of a dollar amount. Oh yeah, your virtual upline has a podcast episode. Virtual upline's amazing. Keeping recruiting simple. Yes. Yeah, I agree. Use the resources. Don't recreate it. And use that as a powerful tool for yourself. You guys can unmute yourself too if you have other. How often do you direct invite to coaching on IG stories? Every day. Every day. Because it's not salesy, because it's just part of my life. Like, because today's an easy one. Today's payday, right? So if you want to know, how you could buy your Baby Vista, or if you want to know how my coaches are seeing success, or how the coaches on this team, again, as a team, how these coaches are seeing success, how we are building this business together, like, swipe up or yes, no on my poll. And I say a lot, like, I'm just going to send you a few videos, I make it not scary, not like you're saying yes, and now I'm going to bombard you like, oh, you're going to join my team and I'm a crazy network marketer and da, 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 da. Like, let me just send you a few videos. I'll send you a few videos and you can decide if this is right for you or not. I just make it really casual. Inviting to coaching is super casual. So if you want more info on what I'm doing, swipe up. Sometimes it'll be little things like, I don't know, like my son paying for like my son's like preschool. We had to send him to a private school because he didn't get off the wait list, da, 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 or like swim lessons. We paid for private swim lessons because I needed him to be able to swim because we have a pool. And so like that kind of stuff, I was like, listen, this is about being able to provide for my family. Like, if you want to, you know, the financial freedom to make the decisions that are right for your family, let me send you a few videos. Learn a little bit more about how this opportunity, you know, shifted me from doing what I could afford to doing what I wanted to do for my family. And again, emotion, emotion, emotion. And then just throw in, let me send you a couple of videos, because that's all it is. They're just going to watch a few videos. So I'm inviting like pretty much almost every single day. I mean, and again, you want to get your marketing calendar, and like Morning Meltdown launch, I was doing a lot more invited to like Morning Meltdown, but pretty much, especially as you guys are going for elite right now, this is crunch time for coaches. I mean, because we all know, like, we need them. We need these Success Club points. So the sooner you recruit coaches and start, you know, getting those Success Club points, because the December coach is just not going to help you that much. I mean, it's great, but it's not going to help you as much as a coach right now in August who, I mean, it's mid-August. They can hit Success Club. You did 3 points this month, right? You had success, and it's 3 points. So, and you know, and then 2 points September, October, November, December. Like, it adds up really quickly, but you have to focus on it now. So yeah, so pushing for elite, you should be talking about coaching every single day. And I love stories. I do a lot of stories, and so it's not like I have 5 stories and 3 of them are join me for coaching. And you know, it's like, it just is interwoven in the other parts of my life, my little reality TV show where I literally, it's Thursday, I have not left the house this week. So it's not like I'm also not out doing cool things, guys. Like my big thing was like painting a bedroom today. So, do you get the best results from poll, swipe up messages, swipe up to coaching app? So I do swipe up, and it's just, I use JotForm just straight to an application. And I use Google Forms until last week. And that's just because I'm trying to automate more things, and I need to switch to JotForms. But I did swipe up to Google Forms. So if you have 10K, that's what I just do that all the time. And even if it's like, I don't direct invite, if anytime I'm talking about coaching, I'll just put the link so they can see like this swipe up thing. But polls are awesome as well. Like, a lot of my coaches don't have 10K, and they do the polls, and that works really well. Or even the little like slider thing, like the little love slider thing. That's a good one. Questions is another good one, because if people will ask you like what, like the last week or earlier this week, I said, like, what are your fears about coaching? Like, what do you fear? And then people answered, and all those people, of course, I went back to privately, but then you can answer those publicly, and that's a really easy. And then you put those in your highlights, so those are there. Another new thing to use is the chat box. So, you know, if you have been like thinking about this and you have concerns, like, let's chat, let's get in a chat. So if you think your audience is responsive to that, and Instagram loves you to use chat, and it just creates a group chat thread like within your DMs. I think you can have like up to 33 people in there. But with the chat, I'd make sure it's like a very specific question. Shailene Johnson just did one on Build Your Tribe podcast. She just talked about the chat box option, and some good ways to like get engagement, and really like very specific, like, hey, if you want to talk recipes, or do you want to talk like postnatal fitness, or like if you want to talk about this business opportunity or the financial side of the business opportunity, or you're interested in the training side of this business, like really getting specific within those. And that's normally when you get people. But there's a good one on her podcast. And yeah, and questions, guys. Also, if you're like, no one asks questions, ask the questions you want yourself. Lindsay taught me that. Like, I was like, Lindsay, that's genius. Like, just go back and ask the questions. Like, I always do that. I'm like, oh, no one asked about this. Like, the common worries, fears, misconceptions video, every single one of those questions, I'm like, well, that's going to be asked. If someone doesn't ask it, I'm going to ask it myself, so I can go back and answer it. So that's a really, really easy one. Yeah. So I would say check out the Beach Ride Champions, because I literally lay out like my videos and exactly like what I say in each of those videos. And then you can kind of, I mean, again, you can look, I just did a bunch of questions and like a highlights on my Instagram. But don't get caught up in what I say, because you finding your voice is going to attract your coaches. And that's what you want. You do not. Congrats, Holly. You recruit business planning coaches who want to build, top businesses. That sounds great. Like, oh, I want those coaches. You want to recruit your business planning coaches that like resonate with you. I have been told a lot, like, Holly, you are like super intense. And like, to some coaches, I am like super intense and they would not join my team. I am too much for them. And that's great. That is great. But if you want to build like a huge business and you want to like work your ass off and have someone who's like, you need to work more, like, hey, I'll get on a call and work more with you, then like I'm your coach, right? So again, totally, but just make sure you also keep in mind your brand, your messaging, your avatar, because that's who you want to attract. What's been the best help PD on sharing your life and storytelling? Yeah, okay. So storytelling is obviously like huge. And I have to give a shout out, like Ashley Lachlan, my success partner, she has, I think if you just go to like her YouTube page, or it's probably like in one of the bombshells, but she has done calls. We'll find one. We can post it in there, but about creating your worry web and your struggles. And so we both did a training together and kind of learned that together. And you don't need to go pay for the training because Ashley pretty much has recreated it for free for all of us. And that's how I learned to storytell. I also love, I literally just started reading this book. This is really good. This is Marketing by Seth Godin. Like, just started reading it, but it's pretty amazing. I mean, it is talking about creating culture. If you want to make change, begin by creating culture. Like, this is really good. Marketing is a generous act of helping others become who they seek to become. So there's a lot in here that I'm like, yes. Like, our job is not to sell things. It is to help people become the people they want to become. And so I'm like loving this for storytelling. The other one that I have on Audible, I'll tell you, I don't love it on Audible, but I do like the physical book. Where's my library? What is it called? Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. It's just a good one it's just clarifying your message like on social media. So that's another like good personal development for storytelling. But again, for storytelling, I also encourage you to get on with a success partner, record it, get on Zoom, press record, and have them interview you. And you're going to have to do a lot of them probably, because when you start talking, like, it's so much more natural than sitting down pen and paper and being like, so where did I struggle as a child? I don't know. But when you start talking to people and they start asking the simple questions, like, okay, like, tell me what life was like what, and then they can keep asking questions and probing. And I love to have it recorded, because the best thing you can do when you post is just write like you talk, because that is how people are going to connect with you. And so when you have it recorded, you can literally hear back your voice. You can hear your stories, how you naturally tell them. And when you put that out on social media, people are going to connect so much more. My best post, this is going to sound crazy, but it's like when I'm like crying, like when I'm like really emotional, or like in that moment of like when my son came home from preschool and it was like his first day of preschool, and I was literally like crying, and then it was like a huge reaction at post, but it's because it was real. It was real. It wasn't me trying to write a great post because I saw it inspired by someone else. Oh yeah, stories that stick. That's another good one for sure. Building a story brand. Yeah, that's a good one. Do I think an email list is a must? 5,000%. 5,000%. Like, as leaders, we're business owners, right? And we're building legit businesses. We cannot rely on Facebook and Instagram, because they can be gone in 10 seconds. They can delete your account and They don't even have to tell, like literally don't have to tell you. They're just gone. And so for me, when I get applications, the first thing I ask for is an email. And I do almost all my communication, pretty much all my communication on email. I move everyone to email and I track in Google Streak. And it also allows me to track and be an organized human being who like can keep some sanity, because DMs and Facebook Messenger are a nightmare. They are a nightmare. So 5,000%, I have an email list. And then, especially too, when you're getting applications, and of course people like, okay, they're going to say no, or they're going to ghost you, but you got an email now, and I send out newsletters. And so I've got your email. So now you're going on my newsletter list. I'm going to send you these emails. If you don't want them, opt out. That's awesome. But you know, now I am touching your life. And in every email, I try to add free value so that they want to continue getting emails from me. So what can I give them that's free and added value? And also telling them upcoming challenge groups or upcoming sneak peeks or mentorships or whatever, so that they have to, you know, scroll past my offering, but you're still gonna get your free stuff at the end. But yes, I would say, yeah, emailing is huge. Getting emails is huge. Oh yeah, and Stories That Stick by Kendra Hall. I did read that. She sent me an advanced copy, another really, really good one. And that I think comes out, I don't have it on my desk, but September. But yeah, you can pre-order that on Amazon. She's amazing. And she's speaking next year at Summit. And when she spoke at Leadership last year, so good. So good. Yeah, I know. Jess had her Facebook taken away. That was crazy. It's crazy. Do you do invites mainly in email too? Yeah, so in my newsletter, I always invite there. And then whenever anyone like swipes up for a form, or say they said, yes, I want more info on a poll, I will just message them and say, awesome, like super, like saw you answered my poll, super excited you want more info. Do you mind sending me your email so I can get you all the details? Like, don't ever think that. Do you mind sending me your email? I'll send you all the details. Sure. They send me their email, and that's when I send them everything. So, I mean, all my information goes out through email. And if you use Streak and then they're put in a box and I say, follow up in 3 days, and then it pops up and I know to follow up with them in 3 days. And I have more scripts in there. So it just like makes it very, very fast and organized. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I can talk a lot. So yeah, I know we have to get off.
We only have to get off because I've committed myself to 6:15 a.m. workouts with some of the people in this group.
Yeah.
So, and it's Friday, so I'm like extra sleepy now. But no, everything that you shared was pure gold. I literally took three pages of notes and was writing as fast as I could, because it's just a good reminder of the things that we just totally overlook and overthink. I think overthinking is the critical issue here, right? Because we constantly think about what the worst possible case scenario of what people are thinking and what they might think if you say this. And you are the prime example of just freaking say it. Like, just share. And the more that we share different ways to share this business, the more people you're going to reach, that it will resonate. It'll be that thing. And I loved what you said, and I'm going to totally push this in the comments, but I loved what you said about on Thursdays asking people what that paycheck was able to do for them. And whether that is, like for me, when I was first starting, that was the smallest of small things, but they meant a hell of a lot to me in that moment. And I think because, and this was one of the downfalls of our team as we became successful, is you have these ridiculous comparisons. Like there was this whole thread in this 5-star group last week with people's income progressions. And it was just so crazy to see, so crazy to see these people earning insane amounts of money, but also crazy to see like the ones that they're newbies and how they're building their business, and to see it like, oh my gosh, they doubled what they did last year. What business can you double your income in a year? Like most corporate, what is it, like 2-3%, maybe 2%. And so it was just crazy to see. It was awesome to celebrate. They took it down. After a while, they started to get concerned because it got shared outside the group. But you start to see all these crazy things that people are doing. and you let it diminish what you're doing. And that's one of the things, I guess, an advantage of when I was doing this business is I had nothing to compare it to. So like everything was awesome. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever that I did this job that I actually enjoy, and I made, a few $100. I was so excited. And so please do yourself a favor and celebrate all the milestones along the way, and use our group. Like Holly said, use our group. I will do that post tomorrow. Use the different ideas of every walk of life to be able to share. This is my team. Like, this is your team just as much as it is my team. This is our team, right? So don't just think, oh, if they're not under you specifically, that doesn't count. It is proof, social proof that this is real, this is tangible, and this is changing people's lives. And sometimes it's not going to be income. I'd like to do a post where it's like, how has this changed your life outside of income? Because I know for me, it's changed my life in ways that I can't even describe to you. Like, when you're going through hardships, I've gone through some of the most challenging things throughout my coaching career. And just losing my mom last week, we had a coach in our network that one of the sisters took her own life. And our community rallied behind this team, behind this family, raised thousands of dollars to be able to help this family to commemorate their loved one. I mean, it seriously, last night's team call, y'all, like, she was thinking about she was literally going down to take her own life in this valley, about to drive off the cliff, and thought about what this had brought into her life and knew that she was made for more. I mean, if that doesn't shake you to want to share this more, I don't know what will. So anyway, I am super proud to be a part of this. I'm so glad that we have our little hub that we can go to every other week to be able to share and to learn from people like Holly. Holly, thank you so much for everything that you contribute, not just tonight, but always. And I think anybody who knows you well knows that you're seriously one of the most giving coaches out there. There is zero scarcity mindset with you, and I just appreciate that so much. It really does inspire me, and I'm grateful to be a part of this journey with you. I will start to put together these little success pods because I think it's going to be really, really valuable. But take action. Everything that she shared was an actionable item. Take action tomorrow and start to share this coaching journey and what you have to offer people. It really is a gift. It's a blessing, no matter where you're at in your business. If you are a brand new diamond coach, or if you're making 7 figures a year, this is just as valuable to offer someone. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Go enjoy your night with your family. I will see some of you guys very bright and early, like a few hours from now. So, all right, talk to you guys later.